The Valley Temple is a megalithic site in Giza, overshadowed by the Sphinx and the pyramids, but just as impressive. Said to be built in 2570 BC during the 4th dynasty. The mainstream view is that it was used as a ceremonial gateway to King Khufu's pyramid complex. They claim the limestone core and granite facing blocks were built simultaneously, but when you look a little bit closer, the granite was shaped to fit neatly into the erosion of the limestone. Many believe this means the site could be older, because how could the limestone and the granite have been placed at the same time? One counter argument to that could be that these are repairs at a later date, but I'm not sure I'm fully buying that. Just take a look at the limestone wall. You can see the erosion and where the granite was faced. Though there has been many carbon dating samples in the area, they were dated around the 4th dynasty. Adding to this, they found 23 statues of the pharaoh Khufu in a pit within the temple. One in particular is very famous. But why would the layout of a ceremonial temple to Khufu need to look like this? If it was a ceremonial gateway to facilitate the pharaoh to the afterlife, why would such massive blocks be needed? And why would those blocks need to be encased with granite? It seems the mainstream view is that it was a temple to be used only once and then the Egyptians could visit and honour Khufu afterwards. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe that is correct, but looking at the construction and the layout, I am not convinced. Now the limestone is local, the granite originates from the famous Aswan quarry and the calcite alabaster flooring is from the eastern desert. Why would they go to all that trouble to shift giant blocks from quarries sometimes hundreds of miles away? That tells me that the Egyptians needed those specific stones for this site for a reason. But would you really need those specific stones for the mummification and purification process? Think how gleaming both the granite walls and the calcite alabaster flooring would have looked like when it was complete and polished. It would have been a sight to see. I did a little research on alabaster flooring and today it's not used for flooring because it scratches easily and is relatively soft, ranking around a 3 on the Mohs scale. So why would they use a soft stone as flooring if they intended to leave many statues of Khufu there for visitors to honour him, meaning heavy foot traffic for years to come? And clearly the Egyptians knew their stones if they were willing to travel miles for specific stones instead of simply building the whole temple out of the Giza limestone. I'm not ruling out the site being built around the 4th dynasty, but I believe the purpose of the so-called temple was something more functional. I am a massive fan of Jeffrey Drum. He has a YouTube channel called The Land of Kem and he makes extensive videos on the function of the Egyptian pyramids and other ancient sites. He noticed this broken granite conduit coming out of the Valley Temple with a red quartzite block above. Academics explain these for draining out rainwater. But again, I'm not buying it. Giza didn't even get much rain during this period. Here's another picture from Jeffrey at a site called Abu Sir. Why would you make a red quartzite conduit for rainwater and leave a small bowl in there to collect the rainwater? And why make it out of that specific stone? If it was indeed for rainwater, the local Giza limestone would suffice. Jeffrey's theories are that these structures were for producing chemicals on an industrial scale. And I must say it seems way more plausible than tombs for the pharaohs or power plants, which are on both opposite ends of the spectrum. I would highly recommend watching his videos. No other person has done the amount of extensive research on the function of ancient sites as Jeffrey. There is also a conduit under the flooring in the Sphinx temple next door. Do you honestly believe this is solely for rainwater? This has to be questioned, and many researchers have been. And where are all the hieroglyphs, by the way? These sites at Giza clearly had a function and Jeffrey Drum is certainly the closest to solving the mystery, so I'm prepared to stick my neck out for this one and state that the Valley Temple was not a temple. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've got many pictures from my 4 trips to Egypt, so more videos are to come, and thank you for watching.